Hey, what's up, everybody? It's GleeCon, and we're back, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Actually, it's Lore of Final Fantasy, and you know what? I, low-key, have just been, looking forward to playing this episode all week. I'm having really fun with this side project where we play through all the things and do all the lore like we do for World of Warcraft. Franchise near and dear to my heart, but with that one, we're hitting the end-game grind of Classic, and everything about Classic is a grind. So the end game is the grind of the grind, and it's fun, and the lore is rich, but the game in retail is changing faster almost than I can keep up with it. So I look forward to bringing that to a wrap. We're finishing up the kind of Plaguelands, Stratholme, Scholomance combined interlacing sets of quests. We're really close to finishing all that, and we'll keep rolling with that. I did miss an episode yesterday, so my apologies for those of you that weren't here. I did post a pretty cool fable, a little half-hour long bedtime story for you all about the Forsaken, keeping in the Plaguelands theme that we've been doing, but life called, and I had to take off my my content creation hat and put on my dad hat and cram for a big math test with my son, who's in Algebra 2 honors, and we were at that table doing math for a solid 3 hours or something. So I put the episode record to the side for the sake of the lad, and I think he did really well on the test today, so paid off. But now, all work and no play makes Glee a dull boy, so we're going to play today. Thank you for joining me. Stay a while and listen. We're in the Marsh Cave right now. We do have some things to wrap up on our side content. I keep jumping over to the walkthrough. We have to finish off armor, look at some items and key items, probably, and then look at the different magic spells. Probably going to get through all of that today, and then no longer be jumping off to side stuff while this game's going on. If you look at our greater list, I'm up to 2008 in covering. We are 160 entries in of things we're going to cover on this show. And I don't mean episodes, I mean things. We're on the 6th episode, and it's just Final Fantasy 1. And we are still almost 20 years out. We're about halfway through the content of all the things available in this franchise and this stuff. But we will have no jumps from doing Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 2, unless we decide to, no side stuff, unless I decide to kind of explore a little bit of the soundtrack, but I don't know that I will. That might just be something we do here and there. I'll probably do like a partial listen for some of that stuff. Okay. If we look at the walkthrough, today we're going to do the Marsh Cave. So you can go, we start here, we can go up to this, or we can go to the bottom. Doesn't really say anything, I don't care. There's a dead end this way, which we don't need. If we go to the A, to the top, we will get chests A, B, C, and D. That's going to give us 680 gil. Now, again, one of the old things was, if you get one chest in a dungeon, it's a duplicate, gets crashed out. So chest A on the other floor will then be useless, but the large knife or dagger, we're going to get one of the two. That's worth it, and you won't get that anywhere else in the dungeon. So that means we're going to floor 2A. So without anything else, we are just going to do that. We are going to fight skeletons, blood bones, slime, which can poison, but slimes and the greens or the grays, the oozes, the mucks, whatever they're called, are best defeated by magic. So we'll save our magic for that. So we are going to, again, looking at the map, we are going to curl around to the floor at the top. It is going to require some backtracking. Here we go. All right, if you look at the bats, they say Kiki, just like the monkey in Legend of Zelda. This is going to give us a little grind, too. Kiki, they say. Okay. So far, either the floor rate is pretty good, or we're getting very lucky. Okay, so maybe there are none in this top one. All right, so looking at this floor here. Whoops. If we open this in a new tab so I can look at it a little bigger. Okay, we popped up right here. There are little doors in this old style map. Okay, so we want to kind of go, they're all at the bottom center of each of their respective rooms. So we are going to go Kiki over to this one first. And here we actually get a fight. Okay, so these are green slimes. We will go ahead and attack because Homeboy here is going to come to hit with Fire. 4 damage, yeah. So this is where you need Black Mage, Red Mage, something like that, or you're cooked. So we have got to really save our stuff for that. Alright, we got a 680 gil, and I'm going to do a save state after everything majorly important. Alright, there is another room off to the east. So that's where we're going. So far, we've only had to fight one mob. Not that bad. Alright, and we got a dagger. Dagger, if we look at our stuff, he can use it. This is a low, doesn't seem very good. I could probably have actually, what am I doing? Refamiliarizing myself. Yeah, so normally I would have made this episode yesterday. Yeah, 5 worse, 6 worse attack, but 5. Yeah, I'm good. There we go, the white mage. I don't think she can use daggers. No. And then he already has one. So that'll just be something we can sell. Okay, and then we have a little path to the south where we have a double chest thing here. Here it is. Oops. Kind of looping around. Alright, what's our second fight? These are the guys that really rocked our world before. We're just going to go for a straight attack. And not too bad. Okay, I took a solid hit from him. 20 damage, but at least it was to my tank, and at least I did not get poisoned. Her magic points are going to be saved for poison and healing. Well, that's what they're there for. Okay, 2 chests. A broadsword. And another 620 gil. So we had 680 and 620. If we're looking at equipment, he already has a broadsword. So anybody else that could have used one would have already used one. Okay, cool. So we just got some extra goods. We could sell those if we really wanted to. Since we do have doubles of them, it's not going to hurt anything to sell them. And it's not like Final Fantasy 6, where you can save some of that stuff and throw it with Shadow. Like I would sometimes save my stuff because they made good sells. Alright, so if we go to the east there, that's going to kick us to a dead end. So we want to be here for the real entrance, Marsh Cave B2. Okay, so we're now here. So again, opening up this bad boy to zoom in. We just came down from some stairs right here. So we want to look at chests A, B, and C. And then head through this little cave. This is empty. There's Gil, which should be gone. So A should be empty, but we'll check it out anyway. And then getting one of these will make the other one empty. So no problems there. Should be more or less cool before we enter the final floor where there's all kinds of good stuff for us to get. Okay, cool. So, actually, where did we come out of here? Yeah, the top. Okay, so we want to hit this floor all the way to the left. And I think we've only done 2 fights so far. So pretty cool. This is our 3rd. Yeah, nice. A pack of werewolves. Oh, it's a pack of werewolves. I went after the warg with my strong guys. These guys, I guess, can poison you. I never even realized that. We fought so many of them in our grind episode last time, and I never realized they could poison. I do know that they regenerate. Okay. Oh, now there you go. She took a poison. So there's our now we have a double poison. Jerks. Should be okay though. We should be able to get out of this. Almost had triple poison, and they just took a poison tick of damage to Dagnabbit. Okay, so worth considering using fire magic, but I don't want to do it yet. Alright, so we gotta go with Poisana. Only costs 3. Not that bad. Cool. Alright. That's our third fight. Kind of walk around these little turds. See, it's empty. So I anticipated it being empty, but I wanted to be sure. And it was. Alright, so room 1 empty. Then this... That one's empty now. Wow. So, interesting. Let's find out what happens if I go, like, just fire. And how... Yeah, see, they can be killed. With, like, a regular hit. 24 damage, so not that bad. Alright, so they're all 3 empty. Interesting. Why? This had a short sword or a broadsword. I see. Because we already got the broadsword. We are going off of GBA rules, it would appear. So, the 680, 620, the dagger, the broadsword, they're all gone. Now we can leave here. Alright, so we're going to open this up in a new tab. And we're going to hop down. We're going to be appearing from floor C. We ultimately need to go, I don't know where. But we're going to cycle our way through. So we want a Phoenix down. And we want the 295 gil. So let's start there. Why not, right? And we've done 4 fights. So let's take a peek at what we could look on the other passage here. We stopped at gloves last time, so you can start by buying leather gloves in the regular game. Everyone can wear them. They're worth 1 point, and we have them on everybody. Once you get to once you get to Melmond, which we haven't gotten to yet, you can purchase bronze gloves. They're twice as strong, but they weigh a lot more. It's only going to be going on our character, on our main guy, so he's going to be the only one to wear them. But we can also get a set for free very soon because we're going to get the Mystic Key probably today. You can also buy the steel gloves as an upgrade for 4 points for our main guy. You can find them in a couple different places as well. Don't know which one. Western Keep, I think we're going to get that one also. So we're probably going to find these before we need to buy them. The Mithril gloves can be found in Mount Golgar, the Ice Cavern, and bought at Crescent Lake for our main. And eventually we will get the Protection Ring. Okay, so that will be the best of its time when we get to the town of Gaia. You can find 2 of them for free, but at this time, everybody is going to want to have the Protection Ring on. I see almost no reason for us not to have it. When we get the power... or the Giant's Gloves in the Sunken Shrine, we're actually just going to keep that in the inventory because it's always going to be just used to cast Saber, which is a very cool black magic spell. It's going to be used to cast that for free by whoever. We will eventually also get the Zeus Gloves or Gauntlets. We're going to save that in the inventory just for free casts of Thundara. We'll never have to cast Thundara again. That will open up... damage at options for our mage, for our white mage. And then the diamond gloves are the best for the knight in the game. We can find those in a couple spots at the end. Even those are not as good as a protection ring. Why would you ever not wear the protection ring? I don't know, because they're the same protection as the ring. They're heavier, and they don't protect from instant death. So I don't know why anyone would wear anything else other. Everyone will have a protection ring. Yeah, it seems like that's just a no-brainer there. All right, we'll look at shields next time. And then they'll have some recommendations. All right, so let's keep it cruising on down. Let's see. Okay. Now we're going to go over and try to get to the last floor. Cool. And all we had to do is fight 4 fights so far. Okay, so remember we're going to start... Do you say anything different? No, it's just a bunch of key. Alright, so we got a Phoenix down. So now we have one way to bring people back from the dead. Okay, remember that one's empty. That one's empty. And then our 4th one here has 295 gil. Perfect. Alright, so now if we come back down to this area, we have C, D, and E. C will give us a copper armlet. I don't know if everybody has that or not yet. D will give us a cottage, and E will give us another Phoenix down. Fine. Okay. I'm actually then going to go all the way down and come back this way before we loop back up, because F is where we want to finish the game. Okay, so interesting little stuff. No fights thus far. As we work our way down to Tier 2. Does this one have anything? No, it's not until the last 2 rooms. Okay. So, room 1, room 2, here we go. Room 3. Oh, one of them's empty because we already got a Phoenix down. Can't get 2. We did get a cottage. And then this copper... Oh, we're going to get our first fight on the final floor. One of these bad boys. Gonna go ahead and cast another fire up. 3 damage. Now that, when he crits, that's pretty solid. Okay. Well, good. They seem to be pretty slow. Cool. This is not a good place to grind for XP, by the way. It's pretty lame. Alright, now what can we do about the copper armlet? It goes in the shield spot. Doesn't it? Oh, it goes in the armor spot. Alright, so this would be a 20 drop in armor for him, but a 22 rise in evasion. Yeah, I'm good. He already has one. The others already have it, so it's just a free spot. Alright, so now I'm going to skip this row and go to the final row. Oh. That has been bound by the Mystic Key. So, this... Oh, you can see right here. I, J, and K are bound by the Mystic Key. The locked items. There we go. On the lowest cave, you'll probably have to fight more wizards, and we will get these 3 items. So we can't do it. So we're just going to go to H. Shouldn't have done it that way. Okay. All right. So we're going to skip the... Right, this tier. That's where we need to go. To come to the end and then work my way back. Oh, we already got this one. Why? What was it? It was Phoenix down. Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. I definitely think we should... let's go with Diara. Why not, right? And let's go with a Fyra and just see who can cast first. Ooh, look at them. The 2 of them took out the blood bones. We should have went for the ones that were not undead. And now he's going to solo cast Fyra. It's okay. Not that powerful. Against that guy. 587 gil. I will take that. Alright, let's save right here because this is the boss. We'll have to fight Pisco demons. They have good HP. They have a lot of damage. Just kill them as much as we can. Cool. Oh, that was the wrong chest. Thought that was the end. I was wrong. There it is. Now this is an automatic thing where you can, no matter what, when you walk up here, these guys are not. Actually, what can we do? Let's do a little HP to everybody. And for him, how about we do a little Blizzara? Ow. Okay, at least they went after the tank. How much we talking here? Okay, it's like Cure 1 to everybody, basically. 50 damage, not that great. Okay, good. Great. Alright, not too shabby. 600 gil. And we have obtained the crown. This is the crown that we needed. Fantastic. Cool, so that was worth it for sure. Alright, so we've, for temporariness, we've beaten the Marsh Cave. We'll let you know, there you go. There will be a silver armlet, an antidote, and another 1,000 gil once we get those items, but we can't get it right yet. So now we're going to go to the Western Keep, back where we were. And it says that basically we will go there and have a little bit of a reveal. So let's... Ravil Magnifico. La Ravil Magnifica. Okay, so we're gonna... I really thought... Maybe it's the other side. Am I just in the wrong cave? There we go. So I thought it was in the top corner, but... Alright. Oh yeah, it's this way. Okay, I'm just trying to go by memory here. I think it's in the top right. Gargoyles. How about we come off? No, how about I don't know. Let's try, I guess let's try Blizzard. Oh, unnecessary. Okay, it's fine. We're decent on them. Cool. Dang it, the little turds are blocking me. Yeah, there's no diagonal movement, so like... Oh, man. What the heck? I gotta come up. Ugh, gross. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! She can cast Diara, why not? Or he can cast Fyra. Let's see who gets to go first. Zombies and ghouls, you little buster. Don't you dare. Ah, the holiness is coming down on your head. Okay, I made that song up. Alright, I give up already. We're here. Oh, it needs to be in that room. The other room to the side. This room. Okay, and we need to go out now. And once we get out of here, let's look at our next piece of equipment. Perfect. We escaped the Marsh Cave. Alright, now we're going back to the Western Keep to give the guy his crown. And let's look at our shields. So shields, you can buy a shield for the knight in the beginning of the game. We have a leather shield, fine. And at Provoker Elfheim, we can upgrade that to the iron shield. We already have that, twice as good. The buckler is actually a thief and ninja, red mage shield. So you could have it on the knight, but it's lame. But at Crescent Lake, we'll be able to throw a shield on them finally. And the mithril shield, Back to the Night only. You can buy that one at Crescent Lake and find it in a couple places too. The Flame or Ice Shield, they're both the same. They just help protect against the different 2 elements. Can be found in there. Flame Shield found in Mount Gold. Ice Shield found in the Ice Cavern. The Diamond Shield is arguably, it's one of the best shields in the game. That can be only found. 2 of them can be found, which is fine because you're only going to wear it with your knight. But he will ultimately replace it with something. The protection cloak or protection cape, whatever, can be worn by everybody except the monk, which we don't even have. Only 2 of them can be found. So most likely we're going to be throwing this on our 2 wizards, because the ninja can at least equip the fire shield or ice shield, and when we get to that point. So we're not going to waste one of our 2 that only the mages can wear. And the Aegis shield, it will replace the diamond shield for the knight eventually. It's just as powerful, but it also stops him from being petrified, so pretty solid. We'll talk about recommendations next time. Now let's look at our map. We need the Western Keep. Dang it. Which is just that thing to the north of us. So that's what I thought it was. We've walked around this continent so much grinding. Oh yeah. We just came up from the Marsh Cave and it was like nothing. There was like babies down there for our level, whatever we are, 16 or something like that. We did level ourselves up more than needed, but we also got some good magic, and it made this part of the game a cakewalk. So our first real dungeon with nada. Got a free potion. I guess the one small thing I would say is that we haven't truly faced the boss yet. The Pisco Demons were sort of a boss. But we have a real boss coming out. Okay, these wargs, nobody cares about. Ow. Ah, what a waste. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to endeavor, since I did miss I thought I was going to miss a record day this week. I thought it was going to be tomorrow. That's a really late day. I'm going to try to just do a record anyway. My goal. And that means tomorrow I should try to be doing I think we have to do another Stratholme Live is where we're at. We have some other stuff we could do. Like, that's really where we're at with, did I go too far? I don't know. Gotta look at the map again. Dang it. Gotta put the rogue on that. Right now the rogue's a little bit better with damage than my knight warrior. No, we're just not there yet. Oh, I've done that before. Alright, we will look at... There it is. Alright, before we get in on this, let's look at the recommendations for some other stuff. So, it's recommended... The only armor parts recommended for purchase. It is recommended that you buy the leather armor and chain armor when it's available in the beginning, as well as the leather shield and buckler. The buckler, just because you can't find it other places. Get everybody the leather shield like we did. And the leather gloves. And the leather caps. Everything else they're saying, you can just find it for free at some point. Just be patient and find it for free. I will grind. I don't care. Notable armor sets. We'll talk about that one next time too. So here we go. We're gonna go give the king the crown. He asked us for it, so why would we not give it to him? That would be mean of us. Ha 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 ha. Muahaha. You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, King of the Dark Elves. What? Bro. We helped you and you lied to us when we specifically asked you not to? That's cool. With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. And we get a boss fight sound. Pretty dope. Astos, who likes to fight with his tongue out, and has a little bit of a dangler. He broke off too soon, and he's wearing his horns almost look sombrero-like. Maybe those are ears too? I don't know. Alright, let's look at the dude. So it just basically says he does know a spell called Death that will instantly kill us one. Give haste and invisibility to everybody. Fighters, thieves, and monks can do tons of damage. Attack Astos vigorously. Silence and Fyra are effective, as is Confuse. Cura will be useful. There you go. Okay, so let's just go for basic common sense goodness here. Okay, we're going to attack with our two guys, and we're going to use... So, Invis... Who needs the evasion most? Let's put it on the rogue. And then... Let's put haste on my dude here. Are you kidding me? He just... Death... What? That's messed up, bro. So... We're gonna have to use a Phoenix Down. I can't believe he just insta-killed him. I'm gonna cast another haste this time on him. Yeah, now since he's the tank, at least he was invisibilitied. I can't believe he made me waste my Phoenix Down. Bro. 1 HP? Bro. Alright, well now she's gotta go full Cura on him. And now maybe he can try hasting him again. Are you kidding me? Alright, that's bad luck. I'm spamming this. I don't want him to miss out on the XP from this. I also think it's lame that they just instantly succeed in killing. He just one-shots my tank immediately. That's lame. I'm gonna save state right here. Actually, we'll wait just a second. Okay. So this is a little cheesy. I could have beaten it either way, I'm sure. But I just feel like that's lame. Let's go with just doing both to our guy in the front. Yeah, so this time he just went after an attack. Totally fine. Cool. Alright. And we're gonna do the same combo to everybody. Look at that, 150. Ooh, 50 damage. Okay, so she's gonna have to get to healing. So now... Yeah, now she's gonna get to some Cura on him. And... I chose Sleepra instead of Confuse. Let's try it. Good. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. 100 damage. Love it. Yeah, it just crushed him. So, as long as you don't have your main tank insta-killed on turn 1. 2000 gil. Gleeman! 6 HP. And he's faster, tougher, luckier. Glee Khan. 3 HP. Faster, tougher. Gleezy gained 27 HP, good job girl. And 18 MP. And she's faster. And our Black Mage didn't level up because he's behind everybody now. Lame. We obtained the Crystal Eye. Of course we did. Why wouldn't we obtain the Crystal Eye? Okay, what's the point of that? Well, Let's see. We're going to return Matoya's lens. We're going to head in our ship, go back to the northern continent to Matoya's cave. She'll give us the Jolt tonic, and we will go back to the Elf Prince and buy whatever we need. And he will give us the Mystic Key, where we will then, before continuing the adventure today, we'll get to go use the Mystic Key in all the great places that we want. So, Matoya's cave is next. Little cheesiness there from using a save state. Feel a little bit dirty, but not that much, since I don't believe that I was unable to perform it. Look at that. That must be where my boat is at. Matoya's cave. Oh man, I always hit the wrong button. Is way up there. So we need to go here and then walk north? Or there's maybe an underpass we can get to that lets us sail to right there. Something like that. Somewhere around those parts. But we first need to go get our ship. I feel like we don't even need to save right now. I mean, not save. Good. Nice. Okay, we got bit by 4 tarantulas, and we did not get poisoned, so I'll take that. Oh. Good. Okay. Nice, I'm glad we got through that with everybody not getting poisoned, so that's good. Alright, so we're going back to Elfheim. Because that's where we left our boat. And then we're going to sail back to Matoya's cave. You know what? Let's cast. Let's cast a Thundara. I mean, honestly, I don't think it necessarily does more damage than, say, Fire-Ra. Ugh. A lot of bites. Yeah, go after that regular wolf. Way to show it who's the boss. I don't think I've cast that one yet. Kind of just did it because I wanted to see it. Glebo getting his level 2 HP, 8 MP. Okay, so... Oh, come on. We got a preemptive strike against 1 Cobra. A preemptive Snooky. Snoochie. Alright. I think this is that big place we spent a lot of time grinding. Yep. Alright, now regular wolves, I'll be fine with this one. Yeah, so tomorrow I will do, I'll do a Stratholme live one last time. And then Friday I will do my first Stratholme Dead side on Alliance. Then Saturday, I think I'll probably run another Stratholme. I'll do a Horde Stratholme Dead. Mostly so we can get the Rammstein spell. And that truly should be all the dungeons we need to run. And that'll be letting us up for Monday. We will have to do at least one wrap-ups level. Where we, oh gosh, now I'm getting all the fights. I guess we might as well sleep while we're here. No, we're fine. Where the heck is our boat? Oh, there's a dock to the north. Yeah, we don't have what you need yet, Elf King. We've been on an adventure. Yeah, so that will lead... I should finish by around Monday. All the Plague Lands type stuff. There's our boat. Okay. Oh, by the way, let's go ahead and do a save state and look at the next thing. Notable armor sets. So there's the different sets of light armor. These can be worn by anyone. Basically, you should be they can be worn by the wizards. The starter set, which is clothes, leather gloves, leather cap. Intermediate is the armlets that you go through. The copper, which we have now. Melmond, the next set for silver. Ruby and Gaia, and ultimately you can get a diamond armlet somewhere. Pretty solid. And then the wizard set, total stuff that any particular wizard can wear. Toss a ribbon on their head, a protection ring, a protection cloak, and the black or white robe. So that's what they're saying, like, this is what you're going to bedeck your wizards in. One of them will get a diamond armlet, the other will get a ruby. They'll both get, there are 3 total ribbons, so they'll both get ribbons. And actually, one will get a diamond armlet and one will wear either the black or white robe, right? Unless I stick the diamond armlet on the ninja or whatever. I will have to see what's better for him. We might, actually. All right, so we need to go just straight north. But before we go into the actual castle there, I want everybody to hit this Big Eyes because, yeah, of that. Where he paralyzes you like a jerk. Good, he missed. Yeah. No defense on the Big Eyes. I don't even remember. It's been a while since we were grinding. This is where we ground to level 10. What level are we, by the way? 17. Okay, I think there's a way we can kind of shortcut our way up the coast here. Yeah, if you go under the bridge. Then there's another Matoya's thing. I think she's this way. Up to Matoya's cave. Oh my gosh. Can we defeat the goblins? Look, we're coming back and we're ballers now. We're big boys, we're strong boys. We're big buff boys! Okay. More goblins? Yes, thank you. There's a lot of cool stuff in this franchise. There really, truly is. Some of the stuff I'm gonna 100% emulator my way through because I'm not like super stoked to play it. Like the old Chocobo games, like some of the weird Chocobo stuff. Like I don't know. Now there's some stuff that I don't think we're ever gonna play. Like there's like a little weird digital pokey Chocobo like pedometer thing. I don't care about that. Like, I'm not gonna look at every little piece of merchandise. I might, like, take a side jaunt just to peek at some, but... so people can be like, hey, you know, you really want to be serious about this. Alright, Witchy. We have it. Oh? What's this, my crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. You got the Jolt Tonic. Cool. So she was cool because she... I mean... I can see again. Alright, so that was cool of her. You still here? I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. You're not even as attractive as I thought you'd be. There's 4 of us. There's not one that's your type. That's hurtful. Alright, so now we are gonna go wake the king up. Finally, retrace our steps and wake the king. And then he'll give us the Mystic Key, and with the Mystic Key, we will... What? You bozos. Between the 2 of them doing almost 60 damage, they still couldn't kill a warg. Unacceptable. yeah, so that's going to happen today. We're going to retrace our steps, go to all the different places to maximize our current treasure, which is kind of weird if you think about the way that they're doing the game. One, this is a way old school style, where you just talk to random NPCs and get hints which you would have to be expected to remember, aka write down, and use that information based on this kind of slow open world gating. It's almost the illusion of an open world. It's not really. It's just that you're gated like Metroid style into certain areas until you gain the item you need. And you have to find out where that item is, and like Zelda, sometimes the places you might have to go might be obscure. But they're also combining it with leveling up 6 different distinct characters and items that can do things. So there's some cool concepts here that really make this franchise just, in a way, like mind-blowing. For what it did at the time, it's just epic. Now, I don't know. Everything's iterative. Everything builds on itself, so I'm not saying, like... he needs a fat Cura. I'm glad he didn't get hit again. Okay. Oh, she's got enough intelligence now that pretty much healed him all the way. It did heal him all the way. Alright, so we are now here. Where's our thing? South. Alright, we're there. Let's go ahead and save. And before we get into this, let's look at the heavy armor set. Okay, so in the NES version, there was a steel set. There's something called the leftovers set, the mithril set, the elemental subset, the diamond/opal set, and then the ultimate set. So in the beginning, you should get yourself some leather armor for those that need it. And then there's the starter set, which you can buy: the chain plate, the leather shield, and the helmet, which that's what we do. Okay. Then there's the steel set, where you're gonna buy chunks of this, and you can find some: the iron shield, the steel plate body armor, the steel gloves, which we don't have yet. So this is right where we're at, and the grand helm. So this is where we are. We're gonna find all of it except for the steel gloves soon. There will then be something called the leftovers set, which you can slip into that once you get to Melmond. Crescent Lake will be the buckler for everybody else. It's just tweaking a little bit. Once you get to the Crescent Lake, you can fully bedeck your ninja and knight in the mithril shield, mail, gloves, and helm. Cool. And once you're in the elemental caves, you'll be able to give yourself the flame and ice armor and shield, as well as the Zeus gauntlets at some point if you want. The diamond set is found in the end of the game, or in the sunken shrine, the full set of diamond armor. Cool. And then the ultimate set, very cool stuff, where you'll get the Aegis shield, the dragon mail, the healing helm. Those are all from the Mirage Tower. And the Giant's Gloves on top of that too. And we will talk about next time the armor that came out with the Dawn of Souls expansion, so things we will be getting in this game. Now what we're going to do right now is we're going to revive the Prince, which is going to allow us to do everything that we want. And after reviving him, we're going to go to the Western Keep, then the Treasure Cove, then go back to Cornelia, and then go to the Chaos Shrine. So those are the 4 places we need to go, which is going to be cool. And then we'll be sailing our ship on to Mount Duergar after that. So we're going to go talk to the king and finally do some good here. I mean, we've done good. We saved a princess. Let's wake this guy up. ZZZ. Okay. This jolt tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Your Highness? Your Highness? The witch is kind of a jerk for just not doing this. I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall follow the legend as it has been told to me and my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. So we did all this to get a key. Why do we need that? I don't know. Cool. There is one place we haven't been yet. And that's the mountain. And we will find out why there was no point for us to go there yet, because it was blocked. I am awake and strong again, all because of you. Thank you, warriors of light. Thanks to you, the prince has finally awoken. You have my undying gratitude, and you've brought peace back to Elfheim. Alright, we should be able to get... Let's see back on the Elfland here. What was available? The Elf Castle Treasures. There are 4 items. A Mithril Hammer, 800 gold, 700 gil, and the Bronze Gloves. So that's what we're going to do right now before we go back over to the Western Keep. Cool. Give me that money. Give me that goods. That's not where we should go. Where is it at? He says a foul creature lives in the west. The rotting of the earth is due to him. I just know it. That's our first real hint that we need to head west. Here we go. We were able to get in here. A Mithril Hammer. 800 gil. 700 gil. So that's 1,500 more. And Bronze Gloves. Awesome. So, looking at our equipment. The Mithril Hammer is worse than what I have. The Bronze Gloves are 1 point better on defense, worse on evasion. So, he's finally up to bronze. But out of that. I don't think... What was it? Mithril Hammer? He can't even use the Mithril Hammer. She probably can. Yeah, one of the few other weapons she can use is just a straight up upgrade. So cool. So he upgraded his stuff, and she upgraded her weapons. And now we're going to head over to the Western Keep. And both of us gained a little defense from the Elf Kingdom, as well as the key itself, which the key doesn't do anything. I mean, because the game hasn't been that long, it does allow us to backtrack to the major centers we've been so far. The 5 major places. The Elf Kingdom itself, as well as the Western Keep. So the one other town we've been to, and the 2 other keeps we've been to, and the 1 dungeon we've been to. See how Homegirl's hammer... Oh, look at that! She can hit twice now! Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. We are going to need to heal, but I'm planning on using the inn when we are in Cornelia, since we're going back there. Bang, bang. Okay. Just fighting our way through some cobras and stuff. And we'll look at some more of the side stuff here in a minute, too. Bang, bang. She's still not strong enough to kill a snake. She's using a freaking mithril sledgehammer. Well, maybe it's a tiny hammer. Who knows? But she's using a mithril hammer. And she can't kill a snake with it. Embarrassing. Bong bong. 30 damage though, that guy. Okay. So now she's stronger than him. He is back to being the worst melee character right now. And our tank just got even more tankier. Bonk bonk. Excellent. Okay, once we get to this Western Keep, which I can see it on the horizon, we will get Okay. Give it a little save. All right. So first of all, Marsh Cave. No, not Marsh Cave. We went to the Western Keep. Western Keep. Treasure vault items. A power staff, a falchion, and some steel gloves. Cool. Smooth. What else do we have here? Oh, and also I kind of want to see. Oh, they're all in that one room. Got it. All right. So the light armor that is introduced, there are available to everybody. Is the Elven Cloak, which is 9. It counts as a shield, so it's going to be. Think about it. Before that, it was the Protection Cloak. That's an 8-2. So now, once we get Dawn of Souls, we're at a 9-0, significantly better, and it gives +1 agility, +1 intellect, and you can buy it at Whisperwind Cove. So that's cool. So this now becomes the best cloak in the game. The Bard's Tunic can be worn by everybody also, significantly better. Nothing even can come close to touching it. You can also buy it and find 2 of them. So that's cool. And it also prevents mute. So that's really the best shield. The Protection Cloak doesn't protect anything, like from any status effect. So it's really, without a doubt, the Bard's Tunic becomes hands down the best shield for your 2 mages. The Zephyr Cape is just whatever. You can find it and buy that. It's just better than any other shield they can use until it's not even as good as the Protection Ring. So whatever, who cares about that one? The 3 mages set. There's the Sage's Surplice and Wizard's Hat. They can be worn by all 3 mages. They get +5 intelligence. They are fine. They can be found a couple places. It just depends when we find them. I mean, I'm guessing we're going to find them sooner since, like, I don't know, though. Hellfire Chasm, like, when do are we going to find these so late in the game that they're not even that great? Maybe. The 2 mages set, which are just white and black, are the Gaia Gear Light, the mages, the Gaia Gear and Light Robe, which are black and white respectively, prevents stone or gives intelligence. Pretty strong with 35 defense. And the Sage's Mitre can be done for both on the head. You can find a few of them. And they give 10% to your magic points, as well as 5 intelligence with a little defense. Not too bad. So that's pretty solid. I just am not sure how it's going to shake out when you would gain those items. When do you need to do them? When should you do them? Should we be doing them before or after we do endgame type stuff? I thought I could maybe... I'm going to have to walk around, I guess. A long way. Wasn't sure. Those bats should talk to me and be like, "Thank you for killing our master." Oh. What? I wasn't prepared. Okay, so there are wraiths here. We're gonna go magic on these guys. Oh. Okay, they're not that strong at least. Jeez, they just came full on. We're gonna kill your rogue. Okay. We got a falchion. I didn't know they were coming at homeboy like that. Alright, is the falchion better? It's exactly the same strength as my broadsword. So maybe it can be equipped by him. Yeah, that's why. It's a straight upgrade over the saber for the rogue. So it's a thief specific save state in case we gotta find some more of those guys. Sure do. Mummies! Oh, look at that falchion. Ooh, they're strong against... Okay. Okay. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Cool. Power staff. This is a good, these are good equipment things. Alright, so the power staff is a 2275. Wait, significantly worse than what we currently have. He can't use it. She can, but it's actually 5 points worse than the mithril. So for him, it's a decent increase. It's 5 extra attack. He does lose 10 accuracy, but I'll take it. So it is a upgrade for the current mage. He'll just lose a little accuracy. Oh, and look, and we get steel gloves. If we don't go in front, we don't have to fight that. All right, so he can switch his bronze gloves already for the steel gloves. No. Oh, yeah, 2. Yeah, so that's an upgrade. And can Homeboy wear bronze gloves? Maybe when he becomes a ninja. I'm not going to fight whatever that other thing was. Alright. Cool. We save stated that. So what's next? We just did the Western Keep. We need to go back to the Marsh Cave and go all the way to the bottom, lowest level, because we will be able to get silver armlet, an antidote, and 1,000 gil. Solid. Getting down there and not dying is going to be... we're getting a little tight on magic points. Meanwhile, the medium armor parts that can be found in the new game, there is the red cap and red jacket. The red cap giving +4 strength, 3 agility, 2 stam, 25% magic points. Oh, they're only for the red mage. Now, the ninja can wear the red jacket. It protects against fire, I guess. It's okay. But that's interesting. The monk has its own set. The Kempo Gi, +3 strength. The stronger version, the power vest, +15 monk-specific gear. The twist headband can also be worn by the ninja, which adds +15 strength, so that's pretty cool. But it's bad on defense. The thief has his own set. The black cowl, the thief's gloves, the thief's armlet, and the black garb. They can be found in various areas. Pretty solid defense, and all of them give good agility, with the cowl giving a little bit of strength and stam too. So pretty neat on there. We're gonna look at the heavy armor next time when we get to the Marsh Cave, and that's it for armor. Introduced in Dawn of Souls. All right, so what did we gain from where he gained a little staff? So the black mage is a little more powerful. Cool, and our main guy gained yet another glove upgrade, so twice in a row he just back-to-back. So our tank is another pinch tankier, and our black mage upped their attack game a little bit too. Cool. Yeah, his little staff is better. I'll take it. Oh, and we gained the falchion, so our thief became thiefier, became better DPS, so... all across the board, well, 3 out of our 4 people have gained attack up, just not the main character. The main character, though, has gained a bunch of defense up. I don't think anybody else gained any defense up. So all together, we've all upgraded. We've all been rewarded in like a Dungeons and Dragons or WoW style. We've all been given some upgrade gears for completing this. Now that we're going through like the aftermath quests, the wrap-up quests for the dungeon, the Marsh Cave. First real donjon in the game, and it's still kind of intro style stuff because we have not turned on a single crystal yet. I mean, we're getting some natural. Nope. Come on, kill it. Smash it. Stamp that tarantula out. And that falchion's pretty good. Alright. chopping werewolves. Great. Yeah, the overworld is not going to give us much of a problem. Okay. Alright, back into the cave we go. Save state yet again. And let's look at the heavy armor parts. Alright, so this is Knight Ninja, basically. There's the Crystal Ring Hero's Shield. Crystal Ring prevents sleep and stop. The Hero's Shield prevents all... It says statues, but I think it means status. So it's basically his version of the ribbon. The feathered cap is just normal. It's a stronger helmet that a red mage could wear, but so can the thief and warrior. And the tiger mask gives a little bit of strength, agility, and stam. So this is one thing the expansions are playing with, is also increasing stats with gear, which is cool. The Genji set is a ninja or knight set. Genji gloves, shield, helmet, armor. That's a call out to future Final Fantasy games. Pretty just mid stats, all found in a couple of the 2 dungeons, but it does prevent poison and stone, and the armor also insta-death. And then finally the crystal set, which is again kind of mid, a little stronger than the Genji set with the crystal gloves, shield, helmet, and mail. Can only be worn by knight and ninja. Prevents stone across the board, so a little bit stat-wise worse than the Genji set, but defense-wise a pinch better. And the mail also prevents blind and mute. So you can kind of swap it out depending on what you were fighting. All right, so all we have left are 2 tabs now, items and key items. And this should be much shorter. So we're really winding down before we get into magic. So we might actually have one more episode worth of reading side stuff. All right, so there's 3 floors to this thing. I wish we had like an exit spell. That'd be great. Okay, so down to floor 1, not a fight. Great. I don't remember on the B floor what it looks like. We have to go bottom right. Got it. Okay. This bottom, and then we go up and through here. Cool. And then I know we got to go all the way down. Oh, come on. You ding dong bat. You ding dong. Okay. And then we have 3. Now we can get in here. Cool. Oh, we got to fight Pisco demons again. You son of a biscuit. You son of a Pisco demon. Let's just try fire on him this time. Ugh. 55 damage. Not cool, bro. Ugh. Ooh. The fire was not very strong against them. Oof. Okay. So that's a shame that you get all these guys and you still have to fight. Oh, he was the guy. That was the kind of entry boss. Alright, so silver armlet. It's worse on defense, but the evasion is fantastic. Okay. So we can give it to him. It gives him better defense, keeps the same evasion. So we're gonna give it to the thief for now. Okay, cool. And then that's 1. You gotta fight him twice, in and out. Ah, oh, lame. Ooh, nice, got a crit on 1. Maybe we can beat the other one without him getting hit off? Oh, no, but at least he hit my tank. Alright, so I don't remember... Yeah, the second one and the 4th one. So this one has some stuff too. I was gonna say that one. This room is anacondas, huh? All right. Let's go with Blizzara on the anacondas. Got lucky that he didn't get poisoned. Unless they don't poison. Anacondas don't poison in real life, so I don't think. I'm not a herpetologist. Well, they gave us an antidote. It's like, oh. Maybe that's why it was just guarded by anacondas instead of the regular stuff. Alright, the Pisco Demons. Alright, this should be our last one. We're fighting something. Ooh, Pisco Demons again. Great. Alright, let's go with Thundara. We did like 40 each for the fire. Oh man, they're punching my tank in the head. He's the strongest for sure now. This thief. Okay, that was twice as good. 1200 gil. And another 1000. That's pretty solid. Alright, so now we gotta get our behinds out of here. Back we go. Up to the... Where's the... Top left. Okay, so now we're going all the way to leave this dungeon. Oh, so we've gotten... What did we really get out of that? Oh. And this one he can go fire up. Now I'm getting low on magic. Now this is getting out of control. Okay, Gleeman, 30 HP, strength, and intelligence. That will help him, and luck. That'll help him when he's in, well, not till he's a knight. Gleekon gains 3 HP, but some strength and agility, so his damage even more up. And intelligence for when he's a ninja. Luck. Gleezy, 4 HP, 6 MP. And she's faster, smarter, so she heals more. Okay, back to the second floor. Up into... Oh, gosh. I did this last time, too. Gotta get it. Alright. We're just gonna fight our way through here. I think these regular skeletons are like the ones from the first guy's place, so they shouldn't be very strong. From the place where you fight Garland the first time. Yeah. Bonk, bonk. Ouch. She actually has the most life right now. Maybe he'll level up too and join us to be level 18? No. No, because he is a tool. How much XP did he freaking really lose? Wrong room. Where am I? Oh, it's... I don't know. I thought it was the top right room, but it's the middle room. I'm just fighting these guys now. Yeah, I think the ghouls are actually stronger. The purple ones. Okay. Great. Lame. Okay, good. 5 hits on that guy. I think 9 is the max, but maybe it doesn't max out. I don't know. Alright. Okay, we're on the exiting the Marsh Cave. Exit. Okay. Made it out. Let's take a little peek once more at this. Original items. What do we have here? We have the potion, which restores some HP. We have the antidote, which cures poison. We have the gold needle, that cures petrification, stone. We have the sleeping bag, or tent, that gives HP to the party, saves the game. Oh, very little HP. Potion also is like a cure 1. The tent, or cabin, that one is a lot more HP. I thought it just brought you to full, but I guess not. And the cottage or house, that is full HP and MP. Yeah. Very expensive. So it's good at certain spots in the game, like if you have to go towards the end of the game when you have to cross this huge overland swamp, then enter the final dungeon. It's pretty useful. All right, that's it for there. Okay, so now what are we gonna do? We just did that. We need to go to the Chaos Shrine and Cornelia. So Chaos Shrine, if we're looking at the map here, well, first we got to get back to our boat. So first things first, now the journey back to Elfheim to get onto our boat. Should be much safer to just get to the boat. Getting close. This is probably about getting the rest of these Mystic Quests chests. I mean, Mystic Quest, different game we will play in this series. Which honestly, I think I don't know that I played Final Fantasy 1 in its original iteration when it first came out. I was my real introduction to, like, I gotta say probably my intro to RPG video games. Well, definitely Zelda. If you want to count Zelda as an RPG, I was there from the beginning with Zelda. The original Zelda. It was hard as hell. I never beat it, never came close to beating it, but I did like to play it, and it was cool. Have a lot of memories playing it. Not so much Zelda 2. Played it a few times like at some friends' houses, and I thought it sucked. I did go back and beat it last year on an emulator. Hated it. There's nothing about that game that I like. It's all kinds of bad, and everything about it is just terrible. I just don't like it in any way, shape, or form. It's like all the worst parts of Zelda with all the worst parts of Final Fantasy, with some of the worst platforming, like action combat I've ever seen. It's terrible. Punishing. The way that the mobs respawn, you'll just go dodge a mob off the screen and it will respawn. It's just absolute, and with bullet time memorization required, that would make, like, the people of, like, that made Cuphead or whatever just roll over in their graves with thinking, like, oh my gosh, why would you do that to the player? It's so punishing. Worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, finally Glebo gained his level, 25 HP and 19 MP, and he's faster, smarter, and luckier. Good job, Glebo. But yeah, I'm trying to think about, like, oh, these guys. This is what got me last time, where I was like, these guys just ambushed me out of the blue. Oh. Yikes. What is going on here? Ah. Oof. Oh. They're wrecking shop on us. Okay, so now she's got to get to business with a lot of... She's getting low. Luckily, she just had that boost to MP recently. Okay. Of course, they had to throw, like, you have like a 1% chance of fighting the scorpions, and they had to throw that at me as I'm really trying to milk the clock out on this, not you going to an inn. Alright, up to the ship. They're like, really, is that what you want to do? So now, sitting right out in front of the castle, we're gonna just keep throwing ogres, scorpions, like... It's a nice hit. But I'm trying to remember, like, really, if you think about this as an RPG, because I had some, I mean, Back then I didn't have a PC, so I wasn't like one of these retro gamers with an old PC. I did have, I'd say Nintendo was my first real experience. Oh my gosh, come on, bro. Really getting games. So, what other kind of OG? What comes to mind as like mind world shattering was the first Dragon Quest game, Dragon Warrior. And I don't remember which one it was, if it was Dragon Warrior 1. I know I've played them all, but it was a buddy of mine that had them, and you know, back then you'd borrow friends, we'd borrow each other's games, and okay, we made it back to the ship. Whew. Alright, so before we get back into this, new items, there's the high potion. Basically, 150 HP is pretty good. Phoenix Down is actually a new item. You need as many as you can get. We already wasted. No, we were gonna. Ether is new, so now there is a way to restore MP. The eye drop to restore darkness. Who cares? Echo grass for silence, slightly more useful. And a remedy that can heal everything except for stone. Those are all new additions that are great quality of life upgrades. Okay. All right, so now we are going to go north. I'm actually going to do it slightly out of order, where we're going to go to Homeboy's the Chaos. Dang it, I always do that. We're actually going to go to the Chaos Shrine there first. Then go back to Cornelia. And I don't know which would be a better... Luckily, all the mobs are going to be easy at this point, so... Minus whoever's guarding our caves. The sea is the toughest part, actually. It's not that bad right now. I mean, we were able to grind to level 10 using the sea. Oh no. Like, I don't even wanna use magic with my mage. I'm saving it. Because we might end up fighting like a Pisco Demon or something like that. In front of one of these other... We still have 2 spots to get chests. Probably we won't have one in Cornelia, but probably we will have one when we go to this cave right now. Or whatever. Black Castle, whatever it is. Alright, I'm going to leave the boat right here. And now we're going to walk to the tip. And go find this dude's castle. At least the walk there is basically free. This is where auto fighting would be nice, because who cares about 5 goblins? Five more goblins. Come on. Now just chip away. Well, a little bit more of our HP. Yeah, so getting back to my, what started me on RPGs, I'm trying to think about, like... Yeah, Dragon Warrior was a big one, and then playing Dungeons and Dragons was big. Like actual physical Dungeons and Dragons. Those 2 things definitely got me there. Alright, before we get into the Chaos Shrine, also there's something called Underhill's Drinks. After we get the bottled fairy from this guy, we can buy these stat boosters. The Giant's Tonic for HP, Fairy for MP, Strength for attack, Protect for defense, and Speed for speed. but they're temporary boosts and they're very expensive. I don't know why you'd buy them. I mean, maybe they're useful. There are key items they talk about. Here we can kind of just scan them. I will scan them next time, or in a minute. And then I guess we'll be on to magic is the only other thing we have left to look at. Actually, there are enemies too. Magic, walk through, appendices. Yeah, appendices has enemies. So actually magic is where we'll go next. No, we have more. It won't end today because we have enemies to talk about. We have some general interesting things to talk about. There are some unlockables here for the Soul of Chaos, these different shrines, stuff like that. We'll talk about all that in the future. But like I am curious, like, where do you get that at? When should you do the Earth Gift Shrine? Those kind of things. But we're not there yet. It's not a decision we really need to make yet. Alright, so here, if you go back to the shrine, the northeast and southeast corners hold rooms accessible. Northeast and southeast. Gargoyles guard them. They're easy. We get 2 cool swords. Runeblade hurts spellcasters. Werebuster does werebeasts. Cool. So yeah, a Gigas Worm is fought in here? Wow. I didn't know Gigas Worms were fought this early in the game. Maybe we've been fighting some... I don't remember. I do remember fighting skeletons. I don't remember fighting but maybe one or two mobs the whole time we were in this dungeon the first time. Dungeon. The Garland Castle. Come on, bro. Black Widow. I'm guessing this is a weaker version of the tarantula, considering how early you can access it. Yeah. I do remember that you did have to be worried about. Alright. Okay, so Gargoyle. 2 damage. 4 damage. Yeah, okay, cool. So, not too bad. Ouch. You don't really want to be taking as very many 33 damage hits. Oh, they're not that bad. Okay. Okay, so that's the Werebuster. I kind of want to give it to him. No, you know what? Let's give the Werebuster to my... I don't know. Fine. Right now, it's he'll take it. It's just a straight up better sword. And then the Gold Needle is a... We gotta fight it twice. That sucks. The Gold Needle is... like a soft, basically. Look at that. A cool looking sword. I mean, that is absolute... Oh, what the heck? Whoa! This is just a pack of dudes here. It's kind of cool, actually. Like, the whole squad just comes. A bunch of goblins and their wolf, like, allies. Okay, all the wargs are gone. Okay. And the regular goblins are gone. Sure. Oh no. Actually, I think goblin guards are stronger than wolves. I'm not 100% sure. Boom. Little power staff to the face. Ow. Ow. Alright, actually I want to look at this. Let's go to the journey begins and do... Let's do... I'm only doing this for a second. Kingdom of Corneria. There we go. No, not that one. This is what I want to look at. A Wear Sword and a Golden Needle. Down there is the Rune Buster. Oh, those were not locked. I see. I got you. I remember now. Okay. We already got the other two chests. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, we did not get poisoned, thank goodness. Alright, I mean, it's just, if you think about it, this is actually a pretty cool... Like, you come here and go for these, it's pretty awesome. Like, this is a pretty good way to get ahead on offense. I mean, now, granted, the Werebuster, like, how... We have fought werewolves, but, like, I don't need extra damage against werewolves. Spellcasters is probably a little more... common? Yeah, so that's the Rune Blade. I think they're the same damage. I keep forgetting it's... Yeah, same damage. So now he's already upgraded past the Falchion. No longer useful. Alright, we... So now he's got a new sword. And we can make our way out of this castle. And that's kind of cool, kind of golden. And it says if you learn to equip on the fly, that's cool. Which, whatever, we can learn that. It's not like a crazy skill we have to learn. Alright, so we did that. Meanwhile, the key items. There's the ship, the crown, the crystal eye, the jolt tonic, and the mystic key. That's where we are. Next chapter, we are about to gain the nitro powder. We will need to get the star ruby and the earth rod. That's to get the first crystal. To get the second crystal, you'll just need the canoe. To get the middle point where you will upgrade your character classes, you need the levistone, the airship, and the rat's tail. To get the third crystal, crystal of water, you'll need the bottled fairy and the oxyale. To get the fourth crystal, crystal of air, you'll need the Rosetta Stone, the bell, and the warp cube. And to access the final dungeon, you'll need adamantite and the loot. So that is pretty cool. And we will jump into discussing white magic next. Again, not going to be very long. They managed to really break that one down a lot, and we'll get into that on probably future episodes. That's probably a good stopping point on like breaking over to a side conversation. We did every item in the game. I don't remember what that cave was for. So what we're going to do today, the rest of this episode, we're going to go get the final items we need here from the castle. And then we're going to sail over to where we need to go next, which is Mount Duergar. The only thing we've gotten is the elves say there is a corruption that is rotting the earth coming from the west. We also know from our exploration of the world, there is a spot in the west that's the only spot we haven't really gone up a mountain. So that's where we're headed next. Oh, you can't go in from that side. Man, iconic. Grinding in front of this castle, iconic. We can also finally rests at this cheap little 10 GPN or whatever it is, 10 gil. Okay. Hello, Cornelia. Alright, so what do we need from here? We need Castle Cornelia, 2 treasure rooms. The Mystic Key contains whatever, some stuff. We just have to make sure that we go to the castle to gain the... We should have gone up to the castle. To gain the 2 treasure rooms that we need. Alright, what do we got here? That's Princess. Gotta remember where the treasure rooms are at. It's not upstairs. It's somewhere wrapped around here. Not there. Not there. Although I feel like... I can't shake the feeling that there's some kind of secret up there. Alright. Okay. Maybe it's like coming around out here. I don't remember. Come in the back door. Probably. By that old dude. Alright, treasure room 1. A mithril knife. Who can equip that? I mean, I can equip it, but it's worse, which means it's going to be worse for my thief. Oh no. She cannot equip it. Can he? He can. It is 2 points less on the attack power, even though it's 15 points better on the accuracy. I'm not going to equip it. I'm just going to let his power staff rock and roll. The saber. He already had one of those. That's a downgrade. Yeah. The cottage, so that's nice. That's a nice full heal when we're out in the open field. Here is the key item, the nitro powder. This is the whole reason, this is the chain of events. Nitro powder is what was keeping us from getting to the west for our next chapter. A tent. The iron armor. This is why they said don't buy the iron armor, which I already have right now, because you could find one right there if you wanted. Actually, keep hitting that. Okay. So, we are outie. You know what? When they talked about items, they didn't... Those offensive items mentioned were not, like the spider silk and stuff. Nowhere in our little guide. Interesting. It's because this version is not technically the Game Boy Advance version. It's the PSP version, which is kind of a hybrid with a couple little things. We are reading a version before that that has all the stuff. Perfect. Alright. Awesome. So all we have left to do now is go to Mount Duergar. Okay, when we are done, get back on our ship and sail northwest. Till we get, northwest of Cornelia. Find a dwarven cave on a mountain range, where we will get a lot of treasure and information, and ultimately he will help us open the channel to reach the town of Melmond in the far west. He will also, we will learn about the need for adamant, and we'll get a bunch of items here. I don't know that we will fully explore the Dwarf Kingdom today. Let's get in our ship to the northwest. So we do have some traveling to do by boat. Ow. You know what? We will. We'll finish this little chapter. We'll do the whole dwarf thing, even though it's going to make me a little long. Taking a bunch of Sahagins to the face. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So, because we went there kind of out of order, there were no upgrades. Armor, we could buy already, save this money. A saber, already had it bought. A dagger, that is questionable whether you want to consider it better for the Black Mage, but I like the Power Staff a little more. Got another potion. Okay, so we're looking for a port far to the northwest. Okay, so if we look here, I think we need to get into this little cave, and then they're going to blow this channel, which will allow us to come over here to this town of Melmon. This is going to open up... Really, if you think about it, it's going to open up a few spots for us. It is going to open up this cove and this cove, however, and this one. So this town right here is... Actually, I think that might already be opened. Yeah, that's the pirate town where we started. So I actually think some of this was already opened. But we can't really get into these areas until we get the canoe. So this section of the game is locked off until we get the canoe, even though we now can access it by boat. It's dead. It's a dead zone. So it's really this place we're going to go, this town with these 4 different hot spots. Getting us to the Cave of Earth. That's where we're going to go now. And not until we get the airship can we even go to these other 2 continents. And if you look, they're kind of like this little diamondy thing. For some reason that represents Earth. This is the starting part of the world. This is probably water, I guess, with all the little water and the moon. This is definitely air with it shaped like a hawk. And then this guy, probably fire. It's like a dragon scale or something. Kind of neat, but... Alright, so we're going to go up here and then down to the southwest, just like the little guide said. Cool. And it'll be really nice once we get our... No. Once we get our airship, we can really just fly pretty much anywhere we want. Look at that. Double punches. 200 damage. Oh my goodness. Also, I never noticed his little green boots before. Maybe I'm just unobservant. Tracks. I like his knobby little staff. Okie dokie. We did walk here once, I think when we were just exploring. I think we just did it for fun. Nope. Ow, ow. Cool. Oh yeah, they're getting strong. I mean, at some point, I don't know. I don't know that maybe with a better sword, I don't know that the knight will ever catch the ninja in terms of sheer offensive power. Why is he taking so many hits? Look at those magic points. 265 compared to her. Alright. Mount Duergar. We made it. Okay. So... we just made it here. There's some people to talk to. But A and B at the top are some gil. Let's see if we can access this. And we're going to talk to these guys. Lolly-ho. Oh. Look at the little dust flying around then. Have ye blethered we or smith smythe? In the smithy he is. Okay. What's this guy gonna say? We are crystalli in the blind can see. And here, I hear that the dark elf Astos picked the one belonging to Metoya. Because we could have already been here. And that would have allowed us 575 and 450. So over 1,000 gil right there. Basically just knowing that if you were still looking for that crystal eye, here's a little hint for you. Okay. We're going to kind of go around clockwise and finish up with that other building up there. I'm looking for some Levistone. It's supposed to be an amazing material that actually floats in the air. So if we find that, we can maybe get something to help us. Lally-ho. Or he's just telling us there's something called Levistone. Probably. When it comes to defense, a Geodan, it can be every bit as astute as body armor. You should try one out sometime. Thanks for the hip tip, I already do. That's Soond. Aye, that's Nerek. He's smashing rocks in the back of the cave. Okay, so they're, again, pointing us in the direction of that guy. That's Soond. Okay, we got 2 of them. Cool. Okay, if we come look down here further, what do we got? Okay, well, we go over this way. So it's a big loop around, right? Nitro powder? The explosive force in this powder will hem a canal open in no time flat. Oh, ye kids! Oops, wrong way. I went and talked to the wrong guy. Okay. I didn't even say he could have it, but fine. There we go. No, we can blight this rock to smithereens. What are you all standing around for? The powder's set to blow. Unless you plan on going with it. You better guy out whilst you can. I don't know what kind of accent this is. Where are we running to? Huh? Cool. And they're showing us. No, this is a new cutscene that is obviously not from the Nintendo era. So he broke the channel down to the south, so now by ship we can pass through. I cannot wait to see what lies out there beyond that canal. Well, okay. I mean, I'm gonna find out too. I'll be back down there in a minute. I thought the other guy was to the top. Let's go explore the rest of it first. Okay, so where do we come in? Here. Alright, so up here he says, yeah, that's the Matoyo's person. And here is a smithy guy. If only I could have some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to make such a magical sword. So he is directing us to finding adamantite. We will come back to him one day. End of the game. The earth has started to rot. Began in the west and know the decay spreads. Alright, so they're also the second person to let us know we need to go west. And that could probably help us with the earth crystal, which I think is our leader. I like to tell myself, if you look at the map here, that if we're going in order, we kind of have like a red, green, I guess the healer is yellow? Blue, If that's the case, then it's really the white mage. Okay, at the bottom, look at all these treasures. Why are we allowed to have them? We got another tent. A great helm. Now that is probably an upgrade. Yep, a couple more points of defense. And I don't think, like, we're waiting on some other helm. Nobody else can wear a different helm. The Worm Killer. Cool. So that's an even stronger sword, and it's strong against dragons. Still gonna leave the Rune Blade on him. I think that's better than the Werebuster. An Ether, so now we have a magic point emergency. A potion, who cares? Mithril Mail, that's amazing. It's actually worse than what we have right now. So it's probably like he can't wear it either. So what's the point of it? 6 worse on defense, very higher evasion. Maybe it can eventually be worn by like the ninja, but for now it's not really useful. 575 gil and a cottage. Okay. So awesome. We are out of this this is basically a little town. And a little dwarf town, isn't that fun? Okay, so I think that's probably about good. The next part is called the Crystal of Earth. This is our next chapter. It says, now the Light Warriors have passed beyond the inner lands to the Great Western Sea. Here they will encounter the first of the 4 elemental forces and enemies far stronger than any they've met up. Are they about to read this to us when we walk through? We want to go to Melmond. So it's just west of the canal. If we look at our main map, that's where we're going to go. So let's at least... We don't even have to get into Melmond. Let's at least just sail through the sea and land our boat. And we will pick up that adventure next time. There's my worm killer sword. I mean, again, dragons are not a very common enemy type in the game. So, what are we doing here? I mean, whatever, it's better than nothing, and if we happen to fight one, it will be nice. Okay, so now that we're here... if you look, there's just due west. There is a dock. There's the town, and there's a dock right next to it. Perfect. Okay, so might as well. Alright, so we are in Melmond, a rotting earth town, and this is where we're going to end our episode today. We're going to start the next chapter. And it'll be fun. So when we're looking at what's available in the walkthrough, we have excuse me. There's the 4 crystal parts. Then there's the pursuit of the airship, the trials, the Temple of Chaos, and we've just done the Prince of Elfland. There's also the Journey Begins, and then there's the Soul of Chaos. So we've done a couple parts. Soul of Chaos, when we look at this thing really quick, it's in between Castle Cornelia and the Chaos Shrine. That's the beginning of the game. It's in plain sight. It is available once you've defeated the Lich. Gotcha. So, if you haven't defeated the Lich, I don't even know where he's talking about. Maybe we walked. There are 5 floors. How strong are the mobs? Um, 40, like 4 to 5,000 life. We want the items. So they're letting us know... Because I might decide to do that after we beat him. So what is it called? It's called the Earth Gift Shrine. So let's just do one small other peek. Suggested level for Earth Gift Shrine. Okay, they're saying the Earth Gift Shrine is a great spot to grind once you've gotten through the Citadel of Trials. They're saying it's recommended that it's after you get the Zeus Gauntlet, so now your white mage can be doing free Thundara. They're not telling me a level. This one says aim for around 40 to 50 so that you have your high-end spells. Yeah, we will be doing a lot of save scumming. I've tried my... Yeah, so they're level 37. Without the tank job. Look, they have like a rainbow colored background they did on theirs for the Pixel remaster. Actually, this is like the version I'm playing. They said this is the exact background they use in Final Fantasy VII. I mean, it's kind of cool actually when I'm looking at it. Yeah, see, they're saying, how did you get any... But they are like level 37. So that is something worth considering. But okay, so that's not coming up anytime soon. We can't even unlock it until we find it, and they suggest not even attempting it until you're like halfway through the game. So there you go. There's our answer to that one. Not worth it anytime soon. Most people are not saying this. That guy did it right after he beat Crystal of Earth. So I mean, I think we're around. Yeah, we're level 18. So we're half the level of that guy. So yeah, let's check in when we're done with Earth Shrine and see where we're at. But yeah, not that big of a deal. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, listening, and tuning into this episode of Lore of Final Fantasy. I had a great time, and I'll see you guys in another episode of Lore of Warcraft real soon. This one's in the pipe, 5x5.